Welcome everyone. My name is Beth and I'm a community wellbeing worker for a service called Know Your Mind. We're based at Mind in Bradford and we offer support to children and young people through one-to-one sessions and group sessions. So mental health is an issue that affects us all, and today I'm just going to share with you some ideas of how we can be really looking after one another, especially those who we know who are facing challenges around their mental health. And I'm going to share a bit about how we can look after ourselves too, taking steps to care for our own well-being. So let's just do a quick recap about what we actually mean when we talk about mental health. Just as our bodies can become unwell, for example, our physical health might suffer from an injury or an illness, our minds are susceptible to struggling sometimes too. I'm going to be talking about feelings shortly. These are really connected to our thoughts and the way we see ourselves and the world and how we relate to those around us, how we act. All of those things are part of this thing we call our mental health. For some of you, life might be feeling great right now. You feel super positive about how things are going. You don't feel particularly worried about much. You have great friends. You get on with your family for the most part. And life just feels good. For others, your day-to-day might be feeling very difficult. The pressure of school or college feels too much. Your friendships and family relationships cause you lots of challenges, and simply getting up in the morning with that familiar anxious feeling or numb feeling is becoming really difficult. All those feelings are valid. All of your feelings are valid. We so often categorize our feelings into good or bad boxes, and yet the whole spectrum of emotions we can feel are part of being human. If you're anything like me, you might tend to try and avoid or stuff down difficult emotions. Let's face it, they're just not nice to experience, are they? And this can help in the short term, but in the long term, they generally have a way of sticking around until they're shared with somebody and worked through and processed. We also all experience emotions differently. So my experience of anxiety might be really different to yours, but both are valid. It may be that you're feeling some of the things listed here, or perhaps you can remember a time in the past when you felt some of these things. I wonder what your experience of these has been like. And I wonder if you can think of people who you know who might be feeling some of these things at the moment. So how do we know if we even have a mental health problem? We all feel sad, angry, worried some of the time, like feeling nervous before an exam or feeling sad because a friend has moved away. But if those feelings last a long time and we always feel that way, or we can't sleep, or it might be a sign that we just need more help. If the way you're feeling affects you most days and you've stopped doing all the things that you used to enjoy, or you're beginning to feel like you just can't cope anymore, it might be time to ask for some help. Mental health problems are really common. They're not a sign of weakness and they can happen to anyone. So imagine that all of you know at least one person who has had to navigate a mental health challenge or might just be in the middle of one. And it's hard when those we care about are finding life tough. Some of you will be able to empathise deeply because you've been there. You know exactly what it feels like. As humans, we're made to be in relationship with other people. We're not supposed to do life in isolation, and looking after one another is so important. Talking with people about how they're feeling can sometimes feel really tough. We might be worried about saying the wrong thing or not knowing what to say or just feeling pretty helpless. If someone opens up to us about their mental health or we're worried about someone we care about, it can feel really daunting. Wouldn't it be great if we were to feel a bit more confident about able to offer someone that help and feel like we can support them in ways that have a really positive impact? So let's think about some of the Know Your Mind team's top tips for supporting the people in our life. Listening carefully to someone sharing difficult thoughts and feelings can make that person feel incredibly heard and understood. So not just quickly trying to find a solution or fix a problem or rushing to offer advice, just be with them as they talk. If talking is too difficult for them, maybe you can invite them to write it down in a text or write it down on some paper. Reassuring them that they've done a really positive thing by sharing it with you, letting them know that you're glad that they told you, Giving them a space to talk shows them that they are just not alone. Validating their feelings. We've just been speaking about that, haven't we? Let them know that their feelings are valid. And you could say things like, it's okay to feel like that, or what you're going through sounds really tough. We know that actions can sometimes speak louder than words, so making them a cup of tea, inviting them round to your house, doing something with them that you know they enjoy, giving them a hug, doing things with them or for them to show that you just really care and that you're their friend no matter what they're going through or no matter how they're feeling. And this last one's important. Encourage them to seek out support. You don't have to have all the answers, and it's not your job to solve their problems, but you can be there for them. So you could maybe have a look online with them to see what support is out there. I'm going to share some organisations and services with you a bit later. It's really important that they seek help, particularly if you're worried that they may not be able to keep themselves safe or they've shared thoughts about harming themselves. There is support out there, and they don't have to deal with those overwhelming feelings like those on their own. When we talk about self-care, we talk about the things that we can do to look after ourselves. It could be that hobby that you love, or you might enjoy drawing or writing or playing football, or it could simply be working your way through the latest Netflix series. It's about prioritising yourself because your own well-being is just as important. Finding things that we enjoy and ways to feel relaxed and calm can go a long way in helping us look after our mental health and well-being. Self-care is just really important, whether you're struggling with your mental health or not. It can actually be a wonderful protector against poor mental health. So regardless of how you're currently feeling, I really encourage you to think about doing things that you love and that make you happy and that just fill you with life. We know that there are a number of things that we can actually do that will boost our mental health and help us to feel more hopeful and positive about life. When we're stressed, our body gets flooded with toxic stress hormones, which just make us feel rubbish. Finding ways to reduce this can be really helpful. So activities that help us to slow down, such as mindfulness, listening to calming music, breathing, being in nature, they're all proven to help us feel less anxious and stressed out. Play is such a wonderful thing to keep doing, even if you feel like you're too grown up for it. When we're having fun, our brain produces fantastic chemicals that make us feel really good. Laughing out loud, kicking a ball, dancing in the kitchen, they make your brain and body really happy. Surrounding yourself with people who make you feel good and who you can trust is an important part of how you can look after yourself. Creating healthy boundaries with people in your life is really important. And we've only got one body, so how we care for it can really impact our mental health. How we move it, what we put in it, how we look after it is all really integral to feeling strong and healthy. And finally, ask for help. We can sometimes find that really difficult. It's really important you have at least one person you can share how you're feeling with and to get the support that you need. So you might be feeling this is all great and really helpful, but who actually is out there who can help? So here are a list or a collection of some of the services in Bradford and nationwide who work really hard to support young people. Youth in Mind is an umbrella organisation. I really recommend you hopping on their website. They've got a number of services who offer one-to-one support and group support like Know Your Mind, and there's a referral form on there that you can fill out yourself if you feel like you need support. The Mind in Bradford website has a whole host of resources in terms of thinking about how to look after yourself around self-care. The Healthy Minds resource is a brilliant directory that you can hop on there. You can have a look at specific mental health challenges and they'll direct you to services within the area that can help target those particular problems. I really recommend that you hop onto Young Minds website. They have some fantastic resources on there and also stories of young people who will be feeling exactly how you're feeling and be able to give you some hope, telling you of how they access support and how that's really changed their lives. So do have a look at Heath and Sept as well and find out some services that are local to you who you can start thinking about accessing some help from. And I just want to leave you with some hope that things can get better, that you won't feel like this forever, and that there are people who know how to help you feel differently. I really like using the analogy of a plant. Just for a plant to thrive, it needs the right conditions to grow. So it needs light, it needs water, it needs nutrients in its soil. And we're no different, really. So I really encourage you to take some time to think about, what do you need to thrive, and how can you support those around you to thrive too. Thanks for listening.